All right, all right, all right. We're going to get back into something that we haven't done in a really long time here at HLC. We're going to start with our sock walks. So you're going to find yourself some distance. So I take off my shoes just so you can see my beautiful feet. But anyway, from a high heels or on my tippy toes position, I'm just going to walk forward for 10 steps, just forward. Once you've got your 10 steps, you're going to walk backwards. Same thing on the toes. If you have any balance issues or you happen to be a seated athlete, we can find adjustments for you. From here, you're going to take your toes and you're going to take them off the ground and you're just going to walk on your heels. So just on your heels. And then you'll go backwards. Excellent. Now we're going to string that together. So if you're very new to some of this HLC, the heel stuff, we're going to go heel to toe. Notice how I start on my heel, go to my midfoot and onto my tippy toe. So heel to toe. Right? So just reset that. Try to shoot for 10 forward, and then going backwards is difficult. So just turn around and try to get all of your heels to toes. All right, next comes the outside of your feet. You're going to walk on the outside edges of your feet, forwards, backwards. Now you're going to turn to the side, and you're just going to walk sideways all the way down, and then all the way back. Once that's done, go ahead, toss your shoes on. If you took them off, if you wore your shoes, and make sure they're tied, or I don't know. I don't know what to do here. All right, a quick, super quick warm up. We're just going to hit the most effective thing. I filmed a couple things for social media yesterday, actually, of 5 really quick warm up exercises that you can do right away if you don't have a lot of time, but they set your body in a really good position. So from this half kneeling position, all we're going to do here is lean forward. I've kept my heel glued to the ground. I'm going to push back and try to feel the big stretch on my hamstrings. Oh, I felt that in my nose. That was really weird. I'm going to push really far forward, and I'm just going to lean really far back. So we're just kind of cycling through good hip movement. We're keeping our hips stable, but we're getting good cylindrical motion on our kneecaps and our ankles. We're stretching our hamstrings. We're working dorsiflexion, which is the bend of here, if you have that availability. So once you've got about 5, we got to flip up to the other side. Now, for whatever reason you don't have a nice surface, you can always take a shoe. You can always toss it under a knee, and then we can do the same thing, leaning forward and pulling back. If you're, say, on hardwood floor, concrete, maybe you're on some asphalt outside, you don't want to put your knees on the ground. Or just going back and forth, back and forth. Excellent. One more. Good. So while we're in this half kneeling position, let's go ahead and go right into our rotations, right into those rotations. So again, there won't be any sharing of the screen tonight because it's a one-man show. That's usually Travis's job. But as I mentioned, Travis is sick tonight, so Travis won't be here, but we're wishing him some quick recovery. So once that's done, we're going to flip up to the other side. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Excelente. So from here, again, quick, easy. We're going to pretend we're giving ourselves. Oh, what's this going to do? What happened here? Did it raise my hand? I think it raised my hand. Anyway, from here, we're just going to bring ourselves down and we're going to go right back up. We're going to bring ourselves down and we're going to go right back up. We're keeping those elbows high. I'm feeling this in my shoulder, just up and down, up and down. Once that's done, palms are going to go up. Look at them. We're going to flip one hand down. I'm going to reach that hand that's down as far to my right or left as I can. And then I'm going to flip my hands and go the other direction. So we're just rotating. It's hard to watch and do. I have to side to side, not forward and backwards, just side to side. Kind of like we're dancing. At that point, your shoulders should start getting really tired. You should really start to feel some of the work. Yeah, Kenneth, I see ya. some of the work happening in that shoulder, right? We should start getting a lot of fatigue in here, especially from what I call internal external rotation as we go side to side. Okay, so that's done. So we've worked our hamstrings, we worked our thoracic spine, we worked our shoulder, we worked our ankles. That should be good enough to rock and roll. All right. Let me just make sure we're in a good position here. All right, workout number 2. Thanks, Charlie. Forward to reverse lunge times 700 times. Oh, yeah. I'm in. I'm in. Nah. All right, so as mentioned, we're on what I call a forward to reverse lunge. So I'm going to keep one leg on the ground, okay? So my left leg in this instance stays on the ground. My right leg is going to step back into the reverse lunge. We've done 100 million times here at HLC. And then we're going to take that same right leg and I'm going to step forward. And then I'm going to take that same right leg and I'm going to step backwards. So we're now going forward and backwards, keeping my left leg in one position. So forward and backwards. Now, if for whatever reason you need to hold on, cool. Hang on, and then maybe you challenge yourself and let go. Hang on to something, or maybe you put a chair to your side. There's a lot of cool things you can do here. So we're gonna do 8 of those. Once you've done 8, we gotta flip up to the other leg. So now my right leg stays stable on the ground. I step forward, I step backwards. I step forward, I step backwards. Remember, always hold on if you feel a little bit wobbly, shaky, if it's getting tough. Now, I challenge all you athletes to try to keep that back knee and have it touch the ground if you can. 7, 8. Whew. That should be a quick little burn. Whew. Awesome. So once our forward to reverse lunges are done, we're going in right into 15 prisoner squats. 15 prisoner squats. So for those unfamiliar, hands are going to be above the head, feet are going to be hip width apart. We're going to squat down and come back up. 15 of them. Now we're going to do it relatively quick. So you're down and up. We're just trying to get things moving, get our heart rate going. That's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? So I'm moving really quick. After that, we're into single leg calf raises. We've graduated from our 2 legs. So I've lifted one leg off the ground. I'm holding on. I'm gonna lift up and drop down. Same, we're just gonna do 10 of them. You'll feel it all on the leg you chose. Just feel it in your calf. That's 10. I'm going to switch sides. 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, and 10. Oh. Quick and easy does the job. Let's see what's next. All right, we're on to push-ups. We haven't done these in a while. For those that are new to HLC, I think I shared a video on HLC a few days ago, but we talk about how we do our push-ups. We at HLC are not knee push-up fans. We are control push-up, down and push back up. Now, if you can't do that, that is okay. We have techniques that we employ to get you stronger in these positions. So in a push-up position, if you can't do a regular push-up, you need to lower really slow until you crash on the ground, and then you're going to get yourself set back up. So it's about what I call an eccentric, a slow lower. If you can do a push-up, just give me 10 of them. Well, I kind of explained it. Just rep them out. We'll meet you after 10. So again, if you cannot do a push-up, you're going to work really hard at going really slow, dropping down, and then getting yourself back up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Getting yourself back up. 1, 2. So we don't need to push ourselves back up into a push-up. So you've either done 10 or you've done 4 of the slow ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 10. After that, we're into our hip tap. Same thing we did 2 weeks ago. That would be throughout this phase. Right, we're on our workout number 3, or number 2, I guess it'd be. So we're gonna tap the hip and then alternate. So we're just tapping the hip, 10 aside, 20 of them. You'll get the shoulders going. We'll get the heart rate going. We'll take a break after this. Come on, off the couch, off the chair. What a great way to get a 6-pack right here. Forces our hips not to move. Don't let them wiggle. Keep them stable. Tuck those hips, squeeze those abs. Awesome. When you've done your 20, that's just 10 taps aside. You deserve a break. I'm gonna get my little tiny timer. Make sure you get some water. Make sure you take care of yourself. That's 4 nasty exercises, right? That's the forward to backwards reverse lunge. That is the prisoner squats, the calf raises, the hip taps, or the push-ups and then hip taps. So 5 rough ones. Here's our friend. He's counting down backwards. I'm not sure if it's inverted for you guys. Nope. Didn't really work out the way I wanted. Anyway, there it is. We can start to see, and we keep that accountable. So when this little timer backwards says 0, 0, 0, time for round number 2. Whew. That's a lot. My legs. I feel that in my quads today. Ooh. I didn't even work out my quads, Charlize. I worked out my arms today, but I feel it here. Tomorrow, though, we're grinding. What am I looking at? I see a tan line. Yeah, they look good. Nice job. Oh, I know. I sat in the sun this weekend, so oh, that's the noise. You didn't hear it. I heard it, but I kind of blended. I had a nice tan line in, but I blended it what looks to be nice, at least through Zoom. And I tried to raise up my tan line here, but I don't have too much. All right, here we go. We got round number 2. We remember where we start. So you got 2 options. Who is joining us? Not this late. All right, so remember you get 2 options. Option 1 is you're hanging on to something. Option 2, you have a chair next to you, a countertop. We have a bed. We have anything that you feel stable. Option 3, you travel into the middle of the ocean and you're kind of going through our 8 reverse lunges per side, right? So just a few options so we can add to whatever you feel comfortable. I've taken my shoes off just so you can kind of see some of the contrast between my feet and the black matting. Just helps you understand what you're supposed to be doing. That's 7. And that's 8. And then we're gonna flip-flop to the other side, right? So same thing. I'll show this one hanging on just to something. Going forward and then backwards. I don't know, I didn't get myself room here. Forward and backwards. Forward and backwards. See, notice I'm holding on. Remember, you can always try to lift up and know that there's something there if you need it. Oof. That's 7. And that's 8. After that, we're into our prisoner squats. That's hands on the head. All right, that's 1. Try to just rip through the reps. Try to keep your chest proud. Try to just get the feeling happening in the quads. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Into our calf raises. 10 per leg, single leg. So you do want to hold on. We just lift up one at a time. Take a peek at the calves. Not my calves, your calves. It's a great way to get to see the muscle you're working with. Other side, same thing. Ten. All right, into our push-ups. We got 2 options, either 4 slow moving ones or 10 moving and grooving. I'll Last round I did the slow ones, just a reminder. It's 1, 2, 3, and then back up on the knees. We're always practicing our push-up position. Or it's just ripping through whatever you can. Or it's slow. Those are gonna be our two options here. Ooh. Awesome. Once those are done, what do we have? We have push-ups and then our hip taps, right? So that's gonna be push-up position, tap, tap. We're doing 20 of them. That's 10 per side. That's an 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20. Whew. Once you've done your 20, catch your breath. It's hard keeping that heart rate stable. More. Alex, can you just do that? Can you just reword that a bit? I'm not sure what a leg seat is. And stretch, but we will stretch after. Yeah, just let me know what leg seat is. That's okay. Hey, Kyle, that's okay. I'm not so worried about the pool and the shower. I like that you did some laundry, because I definitely did not do my laundry today. I'm not a big laundry fan, so kudos to you. It's hard for me to fold sheets and clothes. Tough. If I ever became a multi-gazillionaire, not only would I give everybody here some good money, but I would also pay for somebody to do my laundry. Because it's one of those things. I can do dishes for hours on end, no problem. But laundry, it's a hard sell for me. All right, we got 10 seconds. We're on to our round 3, our final round. Alex, I'm still waiting for you, dude. Explain to me in chat what a leg seat is and how we can incorporate into HLC. And then let me know a couple good stretches that you enjoy so I can make sure that those get into warm up or cool down or even into our lift. Charlize, I see that message. No, she does not. Well, sometimes she does. All right, we're into our forward reverse lunges. Here we go. We're moving a little bit quicker. That's how we do it at HLC. I gave you 2 rounds to figure it out. I let you know the same 5 exercises for all of our rounds. You're smart, you're elite. That's how we train. That's 8 on my right leg. Now I'm gonna flip-flop the other side. So wobbly here. Well, it's because the way the earth is spinning. That's 8. Once you've done your 8, we're into our squats. You can't see, but my hands are above my head. I'm doing 15. More. Into our calf raises. Single leg. Okay, we got flip up the other way. Whew. I feel this in my legs big time. That's 10. Into our push-ups. 10 on the ground, 4 slow. Pick it, you pick it. You know what you're doing. If you're doing them, the traditional push-up, try to go as close to the ground and as far away. Locking out the elbows. Moving. Last but not least, we got our taps. Tap the hips gently. Try not to let those hips move. I want you to feel it in your abs. I want you to feel that sweat starting to come. I feel it. Awesome. When you're 20, you're done. We need to swing into our cool downs. Yeah, I got you, Alex. All right, so we got a minute of just walking around. Your heart rate's elevated. You feel it. We'll do this together. We're just walking around. Whew. I even had dance lessons today, upper body workout and HLC, filmed some videos. Can't tell Amy though. Can't tell her I'm taking dance lessons. It's for her. I'm learning how to country swing. So hard to learn. Whew. I see all these guys, and we go to these concerts and I see these guys take these girls, or girls take these guys into the aisle and they dance with them and they spin them kind of like a Jesus. However, I can never do that. So I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm trying it out. I'm learning. We're just walking around. We're breathing. We'll always remember to challenge yourself. Try something new as much as you can. When was the last time you did something for the first time? All right, that's our minute. That should allow you to drop that breath, drop that heart rate. We got a couple stretches for our biggest cheerleader in the stands. All right, so into a great little stretch. I call this a single leg stretch. We got 3 of them today. So look at that, I washed my feet. That's how you know. You should have seen them yesterday. They were so dirty. Because I'm like you guys. I love to walk around barefoot, inside, outside. I just enjoy being in this no shoes nation where we're wearing flip-flops and sandals and Birks and Adidas, and I just enjoy that. So, create some dirty feet sometimes. Awesome, switch to the other side. Big stretch here, we're gonna lean into it. Feel it in the quad, you feel it in the back of the calf. Play around a little bit, point your toes away. Does your feel stay in the same spot? Pull them towards your nose. Does that change anything? You gotta figure that out. I know the answers, but it's not my job. Oof. So from here, what I love doing is a simple little stretch, kind of like you're sitting on the grass waiting for the fireworks. We're gonna cross one leg if you can. Now, if you're sitting on a chair or even in your bed, it's a great stretch too. So with that leg up, we're gonna try to drive that knee down. So I don't know how I'm gonna position myself, but I'm gonna take this knee and I wanna push it that way, right? So I'm pushing it down, I'm pausing in some of those deep positions, and I'm relaxing on the way back up. And I'm just gonna try to push, pause, and then relax. One more time. Push, pause, relax. And then we're gonna flip up to the other side. You might notice a change here, or it might be so easy. Oh, Coach Mac, this is too easy for me. I can imagine some of you guys saying that. So from here, right, I'm gonna push away, and I'm gonna relax and come back up. And I'm gonna push, and relax and come back up. You're gonna feel this deep in your hip. This is called your posterior capsule. You'll kind of feel this on the back side of your body, even towards like the outside, right? That's gonna be some deep capsule, and that's the best part. All right, last but not least, we have our 90-90. Oh. So from here, right, if we remember this position, so Alex, great way to incorporate arms and legs is when you do some lower body stuff, so watch this. So from this position, right, we're gonna bring our toes up. So I want 90 degrees at the ankle, 90 degrees at the knee, 90 degrees at the hip. If you did this for 10 minutes a day, 5 on each side, and you either leaned back or you stood up, I promise you your low back pain, your hip flexibility, your calves, your everything would feel so good. You wouldn't even complain at all. You'd be like, Coach Max, I feel like $1 million just from 5 minutes aside. So from here, all that's gonna happen, so we can make this a little bit upper body by 2 things. Time number 1, I'm gonna take my hand, I'm gonna put it on the outside of my knee. Okay, so how do I orient this? If my right knee is in front of me, my left hand touches that knee. So now I've dipped my rib cage into what's called internal rotation. I'm gonna take this other hand and I'm gonna try to spin it behind me. Okay, so I'm just gonna spin it behind me. Very similar to our rotation, but you'll get a little bit locked. So I'm gonna take my shoulder and try to wrap it behind me. Okay, so that's gonna be a good upper body stretch because that puts our rib cage into rotation. That drops this left shoulder, what's called internal rotation. That takes this guy also into a little slightly internal, more external rotated bias. So we're just rotating back and forth, not even back and forth, you're just holding it. Now, if you really wanna spin the other way, we gotta flip flop to the other side. So we head to that 90-90. We tuck those toes, I tuck those hips. I tuck those toes, I tuck those ankles. So again, we can make it very difficult if you're looking for a bigger stretch because maybe this position's super easy for you. We're gonna cross that hand. I lied. We're gonna cross this hand and we're gonna rotate back and around. That should get you a good stretch on the upper body. Right? You could try to reach it. You just gotta look at your hands. And maybe you need a break. It's a great way to take a break, but you're just rotating. Or you're like, Coach Max, I don't need that. I'm just gonna hang out here, or I'm gonna hang out here. I'm gonna hang out here. So some really good options out of this position. Oof. Guys, that was a quick HLC today. Wow, I feel like I got just rocked. My legs, my quads. All right.